Today kicks off Catholic Schools Week, a time when families explore more when it comes to Catholic education and their children and finding the right fit. With us now is Tina Allen, the Director of High School Admissions, and Jimmy Hayburn, a senior and swim champ at St. Mary's Parish and School. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me.
So you guys are located right downtown Annapolis, right?
We are.
So tell us more about St. Mary's Parish and School.
So St. Mary's is full of tradition, faith, and excellence. We are actually celebrating our 71st year in our high school and 156 years in our K-8. Wow. So we've been a staple in the heart of Annapolis for a really long time.
Yeah, you've been there just a little bit, right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
So talk about what sets you apart. I know that academic rigor is really important at both levels of education at the school.
So I would say that our kids get to explore in the classroom and extracurricularly and also beyond the classroom. So they're exploring the history and tradition of the school and they're getting to explore downtown. They're getting to be exposed to fabulous educators in a wonderful faith-based environment. Their journey is really distinct to themselves. So we really cater to the individual child. So there's no two kids that follow the same path at the school.
And I know, Jimmy, you're now a senior.
Yes.
And you started there as a freshman after homeschooling, correct?
Yes. So I was homeschooled from the 3rd to 8th grade, which actually stemmed from my dad deploying in Iraq for a year. So he had 2 months off, so he actually, to spend more time with the family, we started homeschooling, and it worked really well for our family, so we continued it on. I was the second child to go through it. My sister was the first one. She's at Loyola, just up the street in Baltimore, swimming also, but she was a valedictorian of her class, and so I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of her.
Yeah, no pressure there, right? But I hear you you might have it in the bag. You're doing very well there.
Thank you. I'm trying to. Yeah, so I'm part of a scholar, which is a 4.0 each semester. And then my current class rank is 3rd, and I'm also a member of the National Honor Society.
And a swim champ. You got to brag on yourself.
So we just competed in the National Catholic High School Championships at Loyola for St. Mary's High School. And I won the 50 freestyle and was second in the 100 freestyle. And then our relays placed very highly as well, which is great because we're such a small team. We only had 5 swimmers competing. So in terms of we're competing against teams with 20 and 30 swimmers, so we did very well as a whole, competing from such a small team. So it was a lot of fun, though, a great environment.
That's amazing. And I know I went to Catholic schools myself. That experience of going to a Catholic school and rising up the ranks, how has it been for you being at that school for now the last, 3.5, almost 4 years?
Yeah, so one of the things that is kind of great about it is I think it parallels the family. So I only knew a couple kids going in just from lacrosse background, but as you kind of grow and you compete with the same kids off the field and in school, and also with other extracurriculars, like people in the arts departments and stuff like that, but growing with and growing in friendships with those people, once you see them, see them in school every day, because it's a smaller school, and you get to know them really well, and kind of that bond grows through the 4 years. So when we graduate here in the spring, there's a lot of close bonds and really a family atmosphere that I love about the school.
You've got that lasting friendship beyond that
exactly.
Family beyond
there. So, once a saint and always a saint is one of the mantras for the school, and that really rings true, especially in the athletic venues when you see some of the graduates recently who competed collegiately, as well as some of the parents and some of the even second, third generations who come back to watch and support the school. Really shows that it instills a love in the school, so it's great to have.
They've got that connection,
yes.
Absolutely. And Tina, I mean, just hearing your students talk like this, it's got to feel great.
It's awesome. I was a member of one of the first kindergarten classes we ever had at the school. So my daughter is a freshman and she's 4th generation. So this job for me is more than just placing kids in a school. It's continuing the legacy, tradition. We have kids that have had multiple generations that have come through, but then we also have kids like Jimmy who join us along the way and just really add to the depth of who we are as a school community.
Start another generation.
Yeah.
Not now, later.
Exactly.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks so much.
If you guys want to check out more information, you can go to stmariesannapolis.org. We will be right back with more Midday Maryland right after the break.